Welcome back to the Angie McPherson Show. I've got my business bestie, Liz Henson, on the podcast. And if you're watching us, we are festive. Liz has a Santa hat on. I have a Christmas headband. Liz, what are you wearing right now?
Okay, this is a sloth snuggie that belongs to my 8-year-old. But when you told me that this episode was going to be about cozy marketing, I said, Angie, please tell me that we're dressing cozy. Like, we must.
I love how you and I have different definitions of cozy, because you have like a sloth snuggie on and I'm like, oh, let me put a cute headband on and a nice sweater that I would wear to Target.
I mean, you said marketing from the couch. So I was like, okay, I'm picturing people like literally in their cozies.
You're definitely more cozy than me, and I'm super jealous. So today's episode, we are talking about cozy marketing strategies. We are at the time of this recording, in winter. And Liz, I don't know about you, I want to be chilling right now.
It's like raining here really hard today too. So I'm feeling the vibe.
Yes, like I really in a season, and I feel like this is every December. I'm in a season of, I want to be like cozy in the house, don't want to do too much, but I still want to be marketing my business. And I know a lot of other business owners can relate. And that's why I want to have you on the podcast, is you and I talk about this all the time. Like, we're getting closer to Christmas and we really want to be, I mean, even beyond Christmas, like people take time off in January, and if you're listening to this any time of year, it might just be a cozy season for you. Like, this is not Christmas or winter specific. It is a season where you don't want to get off the couch.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be sharing 10 marketing tips. Liz and I will kind of go back and forth. So I have 5, she has 5. And these are marketing strategies that you can do from home, specifically from the couch, from the bed, wherever you like to hang out, to still be able to market your business, attract ideal clients, make money during these cozy seasons, like low effort, high impact strategies that can be done while you are relaxing. So you ready to get into it?
Like, one of my favorite things, Angie, when I was looking over these, is a lot of them in my head. Like, you had your list of 5 and then I was adding my list of 5. And I was like, gosh, these are like awesome little micro tasks that sometimes in my head I make to be bigger than they really are. I'm like, no, sometimes when you're just like have downtime and you want to open your laptop, you're actually way more inspired than like trying to cram everything into your normal workday.
Right. Exactly. And these are things you can do in cozy season, year round, any time of year. And it's just to help you work smarter, not harder, because the last thing you want to do in a cozy season is be hustling.
That's right. Oh, I'm not hustling. I'm like, I got one more week and I'm shutting it down.
Nice. Okay. So let's get into our 10 cozy marketing ideas for when you want to relax from the couch or the bed and still market your business. I'm going to kick it off with number 1. I say content planning. Content planning is the coziest thing you could do. Like, literally just pick out your platform. So it doesn't have to be everywhere. Let's say you want to content plan, just Instagram Reels or your next 4 emails. Maybe you want to do the month of January, or you can even do the Q1, like the first quarter of the year, taking the time and creating topics and copy. My favorite tools for this are Notion. You can use Asana, you can use Trello, you can literally use a Google Calendar or just pen and paper, but just planning out the content in alignment with your zone of genius, with the value that you provide, your behind the scenes. Plan it out for at least 30 days. You can get that done in like an hour, at least 30 days, maybe an hour. For me, maybe an hour, maybe some people like a half a day.
I know, I'm like the Homer Simpson, like falling back into the bush right now.
But this could be so cozy. Like, literally you can just turn on some like soft music and, like I said, on your laptop or in a notebook, and just literally list out 30 topics, 30 pieces of content for either your blog, your email marketing, your Instagram Reels, maybe a series of Instagram Lives. Plan it out for 30 days. Or if you want to, do a little bit more, try the whole next quarter. That's so cozy. It's so cozy.
Yeah. And I like to really think of it when I'm planning content, I'm thinking about promotions. So I'm like, okay, what am I promoting this month? And how can I kind of reverse engineer what that timeline is going to be? Is it a 3-day promotion? Is it a 7-day promotion? Right. And then loosely planning out my content that way.
Exactly.
And I was thinking, like, what can I do from my phone? And one thing I really like to do when I kind of catch myself going in the vortex of scrolling, and I'm like, okay, Liz, let's spend some time on your phone, but let's be a little bit more productive. I will start organizing like photos and B-roll in my phone. You can use your folders really strategically. So you can do like a talking head folder, a walking folder, or like mine's kind of just a messy B-roll folder, but at least that way, when I go to create my reels, I'm just pulling from a specific folder rather than like the endless scroll of all my kid and dog and outfit pictures.
Right. That's your second idea, right?
Yeah. Or just to take the simple B-roll as well. I mean, cozy slippers, like some of my favorite B-roll to use is just me journaling from a lot of different angles. And you can do that like any day. You don't have to have makeup on. You can pick an angle that doesn't really show that. I mean, just your pencil and paper, or from, you know, from behind with a cozy fireplace. I don't know.
Everything is content.
Everything
is content. Like at some point, I'm going to set my phone up next to me right now and capture about a minute of us doing this podcast, and I'm going to make it an Instagram story. Like literally everything is content. Pull out your camera and like, right. Like if you are cozy at home and you're like, oh, I don't want to put on makeup and do all of this, you know, I just want to be cozy, like do some faceless reels and some B clips. And like you said, hands on the computer, or like maybe you walking across the screen, or just like showing off your Christmas tree or something. Like it doesn't have to be a full made up, you know, curated thing. Just get the content and then figure out what to do with it later. Get the content.
And like search through your phone, because some of your old videos, you might be able to see them through a different lens. I mean, there's been some videos that I've found that I've used in a reel that's really old, but for some reason, you know, 6 months ago, I didn't think it was any good. And now I'm like, oh, I could totally use that now. So always, you know, don't sleep on old content that's in your phone that you can repurpose.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you don't even need to create anything because you have a ton already in your camera roll. So awesome. Okay. So great. So that was a great 1 and 2. So first one was content planning. And then second one, Liz told us to organize the B-roll on your phone, and batch create content. Number 3, I feel like I always do the most, but I'm saying it's time to create an opt-in. Like some people might be like, that is not cozy, Angie. We're not saying to do all of these things, like pick 1 or 2, you know, but if you've been meaning to create an opt-in, say for example, like Liz said, maybe you have something coming up, maybe you're launching something in your business. Now is the time to create an opt-in or a lead magnet. It's called a couple different things to get people onto your email list. So to provide a really good, valuable resource, whether it be a checklist, an e-guide, a private video podcast, something like that, that is going to align with whatever you're going to be launching in the next coming weeks, and set up that sequence for the email. So yes, the first email should be, hey, thanks for downloading this. Here it is. But don't ghost your people after that. Set up like a second, third, or even fourth email that provides a ton of value. Lets them know what, you know, they can expect from being in your email community. And then of course you can even like pitch them in like the 5th or 6th email on whatever you're trying to promote. So if email marketing has been something that has been daunting to you, and it's been daunting because you're trying to schedule it in when you're doing all of the things, pick this season now while you don't have a lot going on, and just focus some time in your workday. It takes a day. It takes a day. Literally create the opt-in in a Canva, put it into your email marketing system. You know, we love some flow desk. And then really just create 2, 3, or 4 emails providing value with the pitch at the end, and then set it and forget it. You're literally marketing in your sleep, because every time you share with your social media or on LinkedIn, like, hey, download this opt-in, people are getting into your funnel and they're getting those emails while you're sleeping.
Yeah. I mean, and I've even seen a new strategy where that first email, people are using a PS. So they're like, here's the freebie. And then PS, I've got this amazing offer that you're going to hear more about. But if you want to cut to the chase, here it is.
Right.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
I mean, you can do email marketing anyway.
Cut me to the chase. Anytime I'm watching somebody's webinar, I'm like, forget all this 60 minutes. What are you selling? Just tell me what you're selling.
Cut the fluff, baby.
Just show me the sales page so I can make a decision.
Yeah, exactly. And your email marketing can be 3 emails. It can be 6 emails. You know, some of mine are like 2. It's like just whatever works for you. And Angie, I think I know what your next freebie should be.
Ooh, what?
Your 5 favorite Hallmark movies.
Oh my gosh. That is a good one. I swear. Okay, at the time of this recording, I'm going to the Hallmark Christmas movie convention in 2 days. And a part of me wants to be super like, I'm going with my sisters, my mom, my cousin. Part of me wants to be like super present, but I'm also just like, I'm going to take so much B-roll from this thing. Like, I want some sort of partnership with Hallmark, okay?
Oh.
Like, I'm going to be tagging my stories. I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be trying to like find people who work for Hallmark and like talking to them in corner. Like, my goal in 2025 is to have some sort of relationship with Hallmark.
Oh my gosh, do it. Well, you know what's funny? As we were talking, I'm like thinking about sponsors for my event. And I'm like, I'm going to check Bubbly's website. I am drinking these in like all my podcast episodes. And I'm like,
that's great.
Like the same thing you're thinking,
idea.
right? Like, why do we think that we have to partner with like someone that's like our size?
Right.
It's like, this is literally like a huge marketing opportunity for companies like that. So
yeah,
I say reach out to them. And I know you're not monetizing any of your entertainment type stuff, and I keep like nudging you in this entertainment like direction, but can you just go ahead and make an email segment where you can talk about these things, and then
oh my gosh,
whenever you decide to monetize it, you'll already have a list of us like ready and waiting for whatever that looks like.
This is so funny that you say this. We're going on a total tangent, but let's keep going.
Let's go. I love the tangent.
This is funny because I listen to a lot of entertainment podcasts, like not business at all, not family. Like I listen to these three guys. It's called Deck the Hallmark. Okay. It is a Hallmark like podcast, and they like laugh at, make fun of, love different Hallmark movies. And they do it all year. And I'm just like, what a genius concept. Why didn't I think of this? Like I could literally be like, I watch Hallmark movies every weekend. I can literally every Monday recap the Hallmark movie and talk about it, and then pitch Hallmark for a podcast sponsorship. Of course, I wouldn't do it on this podcast as this is business. But when you're talking about like monetizing like my love for entertainment, I have so many ideas to like just do different, like a different podcast or a different website or a different TikTok. Like, how do I streamline all these ideas into one?
Well, I know when you, and I'm like pulling the best friend card here, but when you made this podcast, the vision was for it to be so much more than business and funny, right? Like you were like, I don't want it to be just another business podcast. Like, I want it to be funny and entertaining and like a little bit of like off the riff or whatever. And like, that's totally what we're doing. I mean, look at us. But
look at us in our Santa hat and Christmas headband and Snuggie.
Yeah. So like all you guys that are listening that want Angie to throw in a little bit more of like the entertainment stuff and the Hallmark movies, don't be afraid to let her know.
Right. Send me a DM. Let me know.
I mean, so many of my favorite shows that I've watched are because you recommended them.
Oh no. And I love recommend. Like I can literally make a whole playlist of here's what you would like if you like scary movies or funny movies or, weird stuff or Christmas movies. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for that tangent. I appreciate that. I'll be thinking about that while I'm in Hallmark, Kansas City town this weekend. I'll be thinking of how can I monetize this some way.
Okay. And reach out to them first. And
I will.
Yeah. Apparently LinkedIn's good for that stuff too. I met someone at BBD that was like giving me all the scoop on LinkedIn. I almost put it on this list, but I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I need to get like a LinkedIn expert. Yeah. Like, how can we use LinkedIn for all the things? Okay, so 1, we said content planning. 2, organizing your B-roll. 3, I said creating an opt-in and welcome sequence. Number 4, Liz, what you got?
Okay, so for me, again, when I'm cozy, I don't always have my laptop open, but one thing I did before this last launch that was really helpful is I went to some of my favorite Instagram accounts where I know they're killing it with the marketing and the mini chat and like got some ideas on the hooks that they were using. And are they putting the mini chat in the caption? Are they putting it right in the reel? And I saved about 10 of them that I just like really helped me think about language patterns and marketing, because I'm really good at marketing, but like when I have to really sit down and do my own stuff, sometimes I'm very paralyzed. And it's the most simple thing, like starting a reel with like, not to be dramatic, but or the top 3 things that you might be missing, and just kind of seeing other posts that grab my attention that are working, and I just save them. So I'm not creating the content in that moment, but I'm just saving them so that when I am writing out that launch sequence and that really kind of like juicy marketing social media, I have a lot of really good stuff to pull from, and just swapping out my text, my concepts, or whatever it is that I'm telling.
I love that. So getting cozy and getting inspired, like all in one sitting, like you're right. And I like to create subfolders in Instagram, TikTok, whatever the platform, and it'll be like, you know, mom ideas, cooking ideas, you know, social media, but like, don't just have everything like a cornucopia of inspo, like organize. And this is like a running pattern of this podcast. Like we're talking about organizing your B-roll, like now organize your actual inspiration so that when you're looking for a specific idea, you know exactly where to go instead of scrolling into the abyss.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have a folder that's just like hairstyles for my daughters. And then I have a recipe folder because I love to find Instagram reels with recipes because I find them so easy. Like recipe blogs, good gosh. I'm like scrolling through all the ads and the pop-ups and the thing. I'm like, where are the ingredients?
Right. If you go to a recipe blog, gosh, why do they have 17,000 paragraphs before they get to the recipe? It's like, oh, my grandma made this. Just give me the recipe.
I'm scrolling for the ingredients and the instructions.
And it's like, it's every blog. Like I think some educator probably said, this is the format of a recipe blog. Tell your whole life story. And then in a small little section, put the recipe. I'm like, put the recipe at the top.
I know.
Please.
And they're trying to make the SEO god happy, but they're making me frustrated.
I'm sure that's it. And it's probably a good idea. I think me just selfishly, I'm just like, get to the point.
Yeah. Again, cut the fluff, right?
Cut the fluff. Okay, so let's hop into, what are we on? Number 5. My number 5, I say update your website. And some people might be shivering when I said that, like, ooh, I haven't touched my website in so long. Now is the time. Now is the time, especially if you're getting ready to launch something or the New Year's getting ready to happen. Like, your website is so important. I know that Instagram and all those things are so important, but your website is the one thing that you really control. And so literally you can do this from the couch with your coffee. Update your copy, update any fresh photos that need to be refreshed. Maybe even put the pop-up for your opt-in that you've created, put that on different pages on your website. Add a call to action to every single blog post. Every blog post you've written, put in there, you know, click here to download XYZ or, contact me here for XYZ service. Like, update your website. Perfect season to do it. Perfect season to do it. And you can do this while watching a Hallmark movie.
And this was one of my favorite reminders on the list because, again, this is one of those that in my head, I make it out to be like, oh my God, I got to do such deep thinking and it's going to take me a long time. And it's not true. There have been so many times where I logged into the back end of my website and I was like, oh, I can change this really quick and it'll make a really big difference. Or I haven't talked about that in 6 months. Let me take that off. Like, I mean, it really doesn't have to be a total website overhaul, but maybe you just want some new pictures that you're like, oh crap, this picture's 5 years old. You know, I mean, some of these little micro changes don't take a lot of thinking space.
Right. You just need to dedicate the time to do it.
Yeah.
And get it done.
This is one of my favorite ones because y'all know I love networking. I love community. And I really believe in kind of having a relationship management system or process where you have peers, you have referral partners that you are just going to randomly touch base with. And I recommend doing this over email. I mean, sometimes you want to meet people where they're at. And if that relationship is all on Instagram, then that's cool. Stay over there. But there's nothing like getting an email from a peer or a friend that's just like, hey, how's it going? I thought of you, or introducing them to someone. I just met another entrepreneur in Boston and I have an amazing peer and connector in Boston. I'm like, I'm going to write them an email and connect them. And if you just set like a number, like 5 or 10 or 2, and you kind of just write these emails that are really thoughtful while you're on the couch, not long. We're all working and we're all busy. So again, cut to the chase. This is not like a paragraph life story. It's just like, hey, I thought of you, insert a cool reason why, and maybe introduce them to somebody or just share something that they might enjoy. And sometimes it's okay if they're a really good connection to just be like, do you know anyone? Do you know anyone that's looking for XYZ? And all of these things are good because it's just going to push you top of mind to some of your favorite people or best networking partners.
I love that. I love that. That's so good. And you're so right about connecting people. Like anytime somebody emails me and copies someone, they're like, hey, I just wanted to introduce you to so-and-so. I'm like, whoa, like that's huge to me. Like, and because I respect that person, I mean, and this isn't like a random person. It's usually somebody that I know and respect. And I'm like, if they thought that we should connect, then we should probably connect.
Yes.
And it motivates me to do the same thing. I love connecting people, especially like clients with other clients. Like, and that's just like, that just serves a whole other purpose. Like connect, like if you're a service provider and you work like one-on-one or even small groups with people, connecting your clients to other clients can be huge because both of their businesses probably inside and out. You know that they can help each other. And it's just like a way to just like give value, give back to your community. So I love that tip. My mind wasn't even, when we were making this list, I didn't even think about that. Now, like, I need to do more of that. I love that.
I mean, well, you asked what I would do from the couch, and these are literally 5 things that I personally would do from the couch. Now, I'm getting some really good ideas from your side of the list, but I mean, this is what you get, baby.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go to we are on number 7. And I mean, this is what I do literally every day, regardless of what season we're in, but it's definitely a cozy strategy. Engage with your ideal clients on social media. Engage with your specific, like actual people you want to work with. Not like, oh, let me just go and comment on 5 people's Instagrams that I am scrolling past. No, make a list of, let's say 5, 10, maybe even 20, like dream actual clients that you would want to connect with, to work with, and spend some time engaging with them in their on their Instagram stories, on their posts. Hop on their email list, and the next email that comes to you from them, reply back to the email. Wow, this was so helpful. This is what I thought about it. Like creating those relationships. People really sleep on the ways that we can market for free with real, actual people without being annoying.
Yes.
Like it's such a great part of your workflow is to just put maybe 10, 15 minutes a day, just connecting with, and not just connecting with somebody one time and then moving on to the next. Build a relationship with that person. Pick 5 people and connect with them multiple times a week, and you'll see that relationship grow. And just authentically engage with whatever they're posting, and make sure that your social media presence is active and ongoing, so that when they go back to your profile, they're like, oh, this girl hasn't posted in 2 years. Like, make sure you're doing your job, with the content planning that we talked about with tip number 1, but also like spending time connecting with real ideal clients.
Yeah. So good. I know that's definitely one that I need to improve on for sure.
I love that. Okay, let's hit it over to you for number 8.
Okay, this is one of my favorites. This was a big lesson learned, I feel like, over the summer when I so I tend to slow down in December and I tend to slow down in the summer. And for some reason, the summer ended and I was like, Liz, why didn't you run any affiliate campaigns when you weren't working on your own stuff? Right. And we tend to forget about our affiliate partners, and you and I both have some really great ones. And when we're in a season of not really wanting to hustle and really push and sell our own stuff, that's a perfect time to, maybe do a social media post promoting one of your favorite platforms, or, not necessarily a podcast because this is cozy marketing, but anything, write an email sequence, set up a freebie. One of our best affiliate partners, it's because we kind of have freebies and bonuses that when they purchase from us, they get all this cool stuff. So you can come up with all these ways to promote your partners, whatever strategy that is,
Yeah, I love that. And if you're listening and you're like, oh, I don't really have any affiliate relationships, I swear you probably do, that you haven't tapped into. Most of the tools that you're probably using have some sort, if you go to your, click on my account, for example, Flowdesk, for example, click on your account, you can share Flowdesk and get a commission. You can share it. I think it's 50% off. And if somebody uses your link in your code, you get a commission. And this is the case for a lot of different tools. You could even do this with your Amazon listings, or the things that you buy on Amazon for your business or for life. You can usually get some sort of affiliate code and get a kickback if somebody uses it. So really look at all the different tools that you use. I mean, even Instacart, grocery shopping, it's not a business tool, but if you use Instacart to order your groceries, everybody with an Instacart account gets a referral link where they can give somebody a discount and they get a kickback. Literally anything you do. Look at your gym membership. Probably get some sort of kickback there too. So be thinking about, just write a running list of all the tools that you use in business and life, and what offers you can be creating to help other people, and using those links to share about it. And even, I think you and I both have this. Do you have like a business toolkit, like the different links that you use, or like a resources page on your website, Liz?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be
we have
something.
a list on our in the shop page. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of aligns with the website updates. If you're looking to get more of affiliate revenue in your business, set up a resources page on your website and link all the different tools, a combination of things that don't have an affiliate code and things that do have an affiliate code. Just list everything you use. So if someone says, hey, what do you use for email marketing? What do you use for your client management system? What do you use? What credit card do you use? Put all that up there on the resources page.
Yeah. And I mean, I put it at the bottom. Every single email that I send out has some type of affiliate plug. Normally it's just at the very bottom, and it'll say, like affiliate commissions help us fund the Messy Success podcast.
I love that.
Anytime that you use our affiliate codes, you're literally supporting free content that helps so many people. And I'll just say, like, your email doesn't have to be ugly. Try Flowdesk for free, right? Like, and like the littlest thing. But I'm like, man, emails don't have to be ugly. Not when Flowdesk exists.
Yeah, Flowdesk is the best. It truly is.
And that's it. Every single email has some type of very, very gentle like opportunity for people to use our affiliate links.
I love that. Great tip. Okay. I'm going to hit number 9, and I would say to get visible in Facebook groups.
I know. I was like, Angie took one of mine.
You're right. That is your zone of genius for sure. But join like local, or, if you're a local business owner, like a local service provider, join some local Facebook groups where your audience would be, or just some niche groups. Maybe you're an online entrepreneur and you have a specific niche and you can reach all different types of people in different markets. Join some niche Facebook groups where your ideal clients are hanging out, and answer questions, share value, start conversations, take some of those relationships from the Facebook group and go find those people on Instagram. Like, I'm the daughter of a detective. If I see somebody I want to work with in a Facebook group, I'm finding your website, I'm finding your LinkedIn, I'm finding your Instagram.
I love it.
And like, build relationships there. People sleep on Facebook groups. They absolutely do. I mean, you know it. That's your zone of genius right there.
And I love that you said to like find new groups and engage in groups. And one little hack that I use is I use my actual Chrome bookmarks. And I organize, this would be another cozy task that you can do, is to organize your bookmarks. And I have a bookmark just for Facebook groups that I use for networking. And that's it. So anytime I have like 10 minutes of downtime, I'm like, let me pop in these communities and see what's going on and see if I can add value anywhere, or if there's anyone I want to connect with. And that way I'm not just like on Facebook with the mindless scroll. I'm very intentionally going into certain Facebook groups.
I love that.
So smart.
I love that. That I think I'm going to do that like this week, because I have a couple of Facebook groups I love to kind of go into, but I just need like a little tab that has them all right there, so I can take that dedicated time and say, okay, I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes, engaging in these 5 Facebook groups. So
yeah, because I mean, the pinned ones like that you can have on Facebook, they go so quick. And, these aren't necessarily ones that you need to be in every day, but you might want to check in on them every week or every month. And I use that bookmark section. I have all my courses in a bookmark together. I have all my like client stuff in a bookmark together, all my kids' school stuff. I mean, it's the simplest thing that I feel like I was so late to the game too, because my bookmarks were just like a huge mess. But man, that made me feel so much more organized.
I love that. Great tip. Okay, Liz, round it out with tip number 10.
Okay, tip number 10. Now, a lot of you guys listening might not already have SMS marketing set up. So I do highly recommend it. I think SMS marketing is the way of the future. I think because open and deliverability rates are so high, I mean, like 90% of people are going to see your text message compared to email lists, which is closer to that 20 to 40%. And then you go down to Instagram, which is 2%.
Yeah.
So I am definitely an advocate for SMS marketing. But if you already have it set up, this is a perfect cozy task, because sometimes I will forget to just like text my list like Merry Christmas, or I'm thinking of you, or here's a motivational quote for the day. I don't think we need to be texting every single day, but we also don't want to only do it during a marketing campaign, right? Like we want people to feel seen and special in between. So you could set up like a little mini SMS campaign.
I love that. I don't have this set up, but I am on the receiving end of a lot of SMS campaigns, including yours, which I love. And I love it. I need to look into this in the new year because I do love receiving those text messages, especially like you said, kind of the random ones. Like some of them will send me like a happy birthday text.
Yeah.
Do you have your setup like that where you have people's birthdays in?
No, I mean, we probably could take that step with my team, but no, I don't do all that. But that would be cool now that you say it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get a bad taste in their mouth for SMS texting because like the retail space, I mean, they hit you hard, right? Like I know I get
10% off, BOGO. Yeah.
Yes, I know I get texts from like at least 3 of my favorite retail companies, and I do get to the point where I just glaze over them. But when I'm ready to buy, you better believe I'm looking at that text message and looking at their deal, right?
Exactly. So especially if like someone's in a launch.
Yes.
Like, and I see some people using SMS text messaging marketing like in a very small time frame. Like if they're in a launch and it's like, hey, if you want to sign up for reminders about this, this webinar or this sale and things like that. And so they're like managing your expectations.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I'm going to probably be blown up by this person for the next 2 weeks, but it's okay because I'm really interested in what they're sharing about.
Yeah. And I don't want to miss
like you said, and then there's like you said, people who share throughout the year and it's just like valuable and, warm and fuzzy and all of that. And so I love that.
I mean, and even HoneyBook now has that, like you can send a text reminder for meetings, and I didn't realize I had mine set up on one of them. And one of my clients was like, I love that you have a text message reminder for when I'm supposed to meet with you. How do I do that? And I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't even know I had that turned on. So even if you don't have like a full on SMS platform, you can look into what your CRM can do, and it may already offer some SMS stuff.
Ooh, I wonder if mine is set up with HoneyBook. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is when you go into your scheduler, like you scheduled this meeting. It's somewhere in the reminder settings.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And you can just check it on or check it off. And I think it's optional for them too. So it's not like mandatory that they put in their phone number.
I'll definitely check that out. Okay, so those were our 10. I'm going to do a quick recap. Number 1, we're talking about 10 cozy marketing ideas. Number 1 was content planning. Number 2, organizing your B-roll or your pictures in your phone, or even just taking some simple B-roll. Number 3, creating an opt-in and a welcome sequence with that opt-in. Number 4, look for inspiration or even just great hooks or trending strategies and save them and categorize them while you're saving them. Number 5, update your website. Number 6, reach out to maybe 5 people in your network, like referral partners or peers. Number 7, engage with your specific ideal clients on social media. Number 8, set up affiliate campaigns. Number 9, get visible in Facebook groups. And number 10, send or set up SMS text messaging marketing. We did it.
Oh, good. I'm so excited.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to add some of yours to my, next couple weeks while I'm cozy and in the house. This was great. So if you're in a season of wanting to be cozy, but also wanting to promote and market your business and still be bringing in ideal clients, DMs, inquiries, and even revenue, take one or even a few of these cozy marketing strategies and just relax and don't make it a big deal. Don't make it this big overhaul. I'm going to launch a new website by Christmas. Like, no, just make a couple changes, do what you can, do something new, do something valuable, and really get people into your world, even though it's that slow, relaxing season.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited. Great. This has me excited to relax and get some things done at the same time.
Yes. You know what? I just thought of one more that's not on our list that I need to do is get to inbox 0. That's what I need to do is go through my emails. Oh my gosh. That's definitely a bonus.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, Liz, thank you so much for hopping on the podcast with me. I love having you on like every quarter. I feel like it needs to go to like once a month at some point.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out Liz. Say your website and your Instagram so everyone can go check you out.
My website's elizabethhenson.co, and then my Instagram is just elizabeth.henson. Or you can find me, and Angie's on a couple episodes as well of my podcast, The Messy Success Podcast.
Awesome. Thank you. Everyone go be cozy, go relax, and have a happy holidays.